Every single day I meet at least one or two people who say this to me, who speak this to me, that they have created a lot in their life, they have a great success track record, they have learned a lot, they have built great experiences, they have lot of knowledge that they want to share with the world, they want to help them, they want to help millions and millions of people, but they feel insecure, they feel inferior, they feel guilty that they are not able to do that. And deep down they have a desire to become a motivational speaker, they want to become an excellent coach, they want to become a very popular expert in their own field, they really want to become a high value change maker. Hello, I'm Ranjan Kumar Varanasi. I'm the world's first authentic influence coach, and I help people become high value change makers. So if you are somebody who feels that you have gained lots of experience, you gained some money, you made some you attained some certifications, you acquired some qualifications, you also joined a few organizations and membership based organizations, and you feel that I'm doing a lot on the outside, but deep down you feel guilty, you feel ashamed that you have not been able to create the kind of impact that you really want to do in the world, then this video is for you. On an average, I come across one or two people on an average every single day. They say that, we want to do a lot, Ranjan sir. We want to create this. We want to create this. I want to write a book. I want to become a speaker. I want to become a trainer. I want to become a coach. I am a coach. I am a trainer. But there is something missing. I am not able to create that deep impact in their life. The reason is that you are looking for followers. Every time you go to social media, you see somebody with thousands of followers, somebody on different podcasts, and somebody creating a lot of noise on the social media, and you feel that you have fallen behind, you are stuck somewhere in your life, and you feel that these people are doing something different, and that you are not understanding what these guys are doing and what is missing in your own life. Then here's the crux of the personal influence that you will want to note down and you will want to remember for your whole life. Remember, the desire in you is not to become popular. That is something on the outside that you see. When you see somebody, a popular personality, when you see a very successful person, you feel that, I should be like them, or I deserve to be like them. But deep down, the desire that humanity has is to impact lives. When my coach Steve Hardison asked me long back, Ranjan, what do you want to do? What have you always wanted to do in your whole life? I was inspired by Vivekananda. I was inspired by Shiv Khera. I was inspired by, hundreds of gurus. I was inspired by Les Brown. I was inspired by Robin Sharma. I was inspired by many people on the outside like Tony Robbins. But as long as I was looking at them and looking at the numbers, then definitely I used to start comparing with them with the number of followers that they have. But believe you me that number of followers has everything to do with algorithm of the social media. It has nothing to do with you becoming a high value change maker. So if you really want to do something about people, if you really want to be considered as a high value change maker, forget about algorithms, because algorithms are focused on your performance and not about your impact. So if you really want to do something different and unique, and you want to really make some change in the lives, and you want to have people speaking about you and the kind of impact that you have had on their lives, then you need to focus on how you can change one person at a time, and how you can impact their lives deeply, and not focus on the width of the audience that you have. See, you can have 1,000 followers, or 1 lakh followers, or 1 crore followers. That has nothing to do, because most of them are passive consumers of your content maybe, but very few people will speak with you, very few people will absorb the essence of what you are speaking, and very few people will actually take action on what they have learned. So those few people are who matter more than how many watch your videos and how much popular you are. So where do we start? See, I remember it was about 15 years ago. I was 15 to more than that, maybe 15 or 20 years ago, when I was a teacher in a school, and I spoke about this a couple of times when students were inspired by me being in their classroom, and they were very happy, cheerful. There was something different, and they loved me, they liked me. And just day before yesterday, I was speaking to a girl. She was a little kid when I was a teacher in that school, and she somehow she connected with me, and her family connected with me. watching me on social media. And then when I was speaking with her day before yesterday, she said that, sir, you have been an inspiration in my life. You impacted my life deeply. And today she is a teacher in an international school, and she desires to become much more than that. She has dreams. She wants to become an author. She wants to become a speaker. She wants to become maybe a high value change maker in her own life. And here's what shared, sir, the kind of impact that you made in my life is very unique, very impactful. And this is not the first time that I have had such conversations. There are hundreds of times when, just yesterday, I got a message from a participant of my workshop, of a public speaking workshop about maybe 4 years ago. And here's what he says, sir, I am an advocate and I want to build a personal brand for myself. I want to create something more in my life. I want to become more popular and successful. Everything that he wants to create. But deep down, what people don't realize is that you don't just want to become popular. You don't just want to become famous. You want to become impactful. You want to become a high value change maker. And as long as you are ignoring this fact, you will be chasing the numbers, you will be chasing performance, and you will be forgetting that all of that is very insignificant when compared to one life that you can change, one person that you can impact. And that depth of impact can create 10 high value change makers through your service. And if you feel that people are ignoring you, people are ignoring the value of what you're sharing, then remember, people are not ignoring you. They are ignoring the unexpressed you. They are looking at whether you are truly expressing what you are capable of, and they would love for you to express your potential. They would love for you to express everything that you have learned in a very authentic way, in a very genuine way. They would want to learn from you. They would want to get served by you. Recently, I was listening to a podcast where John D. Martini, the famous law of attraction guru, was sharing that if you are dying to serve people, there will be lines of people standing for you. And this is the essence that might help you to understand that your desire should be to serve more and more people. And instead of comparing with the number of followers others have, start looking at what one conversation that I can create today where I can impact somebody's lives. It could be your child, it could be your friend, it could be your colleague, it could be a stranger. Maybe you can strike a conversation with somebody, and maybe you can bring a small change in their perspectives. Maybe you can share your experience with them, maybe you can share your wisdom with them, and maybe you can use your skills to help them create what they want to create in their lives. And that is how you change lives, one person at a time. And I don't mind if you are looking for popularity, but popularity without that deep essence is absolutely vanity. And so stop looking for validation from outside. If let's say I'm giving a talk to a stadium filled with 1000 people, I don't expect all the 1000 people to connect with me. I don't expect all the 1000 people to like me and appreciate me and validate me. I know that there will be one single person, maybe two people, three people, or 10 people who will be deeply impacted by the words that I speak, by the wisdom that I share, by the insights that I share, and by the experience that I create for them. And through my presence, by being with them in that conversation. And those 10 people matter more than the 1000 people who might be watching. So stop looking for validation from outside. Stop looking for permission from outside. There is something that you want to share. There is a whole list of lessons that you have learned in life. There is wisdom that you want to share. There is experience that you want to share. You might have read a book and you might have learned something and you might have created your own perspective on it. Go ahead, please share with one person today, and you might be already starting your journey to becoming a high value change maker. So stop being a hidden expert in your own industry. People want to see your fullest expressed self, and when you start doing that, people will enjoy your company. People would want to be in your presence. People would want to learn from you. Forget about whether they appreciate today or tomorrow or day after tomorrow, because telling the truth is more important than pleasing people. So stop trying to impress people with all your speaking abilities or anything that you have. You don't need to do that, because your goal is to impact people. Your goal is to serve them. Your goal is to empower them to become who they truly want to become. And they are looking for a role model. They are looking for an exemplary coach, or an exemplary speaker, or an exemplary trainer, or an exemplary leader who who inspires them to get motivated for their own reasons. People are always motivated for their own reasons. You just have to inspire them to get aligned with their own motivations, to get aligned with their own inspiration, to get aligned with their own dreams of their own lives. There are millions who would want to copy you, and I see this every single day. I say something, somebody copies it. I speak about something, somebody copies that. It does not matter. People, there are people who will copy you. There are people who will emulate you. There are people who will be inspired by you. But at the end of the day, transformation is more important than popularity. So if you really want to become a high impact change maker, focus more on the transformational impact that you are creating than the impressive performance that you might be showing on the outside. So popularity comes from impressing people, and impact comes from your expressing of your authentic self and the real value that you want to create in people's lives. So it could be any small thing. You could be a teacher, you could be a trainer, you could be a speaker, you could be a coach, you could be a life coach. You could have experienced something unique about somebody, or you could have experienced something about your own self, your perspectives, your experience of life. Please go ahead and see what one conversation can I create today that can change somebody's life. And this is the path to start becoming a high value change maker. Think about it and let me know. And subscribe to this channel if you are looking to become a high value change maker. I'm going to share lots and lots of content here, and my insights and my experiences, how you can upgrade your identity, how you can shift your belief systems, and how you can become a high value change maker by owning your authority. Loving you. Bye bye.